Hey guys, so we are day 2 of Readathon. It's a late start for me. My body said you need to rest, so I had to listen because I've been running on little to no sleep all week and falling asleep at work. Yeah, not a good look. So I did finish Kingston. Yeah, I did finish Kingston Noir. That's all I gotta say. I enjoy this. This is a collection. Now it is broken down into 3 sections, and when I got yesterday, I finished. When I ended the recording, I was in the last story. I was going ready to start the last story in section 2. Yo, this Thomas Grave guy is. I mean, I literally was, when I ended it, was like, wow. Like, that is the reaction I have. Wow. Didn't expect that from that story. It was just one of those stories that you're like, what is the background story of this? Like, how did you come up with this? That's the reaction I was having. And it made me, like, want to reread it because it was just like, certain things about it that I thought was very interesting and very creative. But yeah, and then when we got into part 3, the last part, and you have it ended. Now you know the song, 5446. That's my number. So that one was interesting with Trenchtown police. Yeah, Greenwich Town one, which is Sunrise, and that one, there's things about that one that I find myself wanting to dissect a little bit more, because there's so many metaphors in, like, the sections as they go, and even though there's a theme on there, because this one said pressure drop, that's the theme for the 3rd one, but there's like theme within the thing, within that, and that was interesting. But then Colin Chandler, now he is the one that's the editor for this. He did the last story, and the last story is called Monkey Man. Now this is like another case where I feel when you have a lot of Caribbean author, especially Jamaican author, that they would take myth stories that pass down from generation to generation, and then create their own tale on it and make it something else that when you read it at first you're like, oh, this sounds familiar, and then when you get into it you're like, oh, that's what you thought of that. And it made me realize, like, a lot of stories I used to hear growing up from my my older generation of my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, and they always used to tell a story. Like little kids, we just sit down and listen. Especially when I had one of my uncle who was just always funny, and he tells you these tales, and it's not really original, but he always had a twist on a tale that has passed down from generation to generation. And when you're young, you had this mindset that this is real, this is what the case is. When you get older, you realize that these were like old folk tales, old myths. And so when you read in books and you see how they take in bits and pieces of all these things and create a good story behind it, it makes you have this nostalgic feel for your past and how important it is to instill these stories in kids. It's yes, we know it's not real, but at the same time it makes their mind go, it makes them feel creative, and it stick with them, and it also attach family time with that. And so I really enjoy this, and if you can't tell, get this. I would say the big heads in this really did their thing. I mean, Kai Miller, Patricia Powell, and Marlon James really did their thing in this. But I love that the other authors, I'm not familiar with it, with them. So, but at the end, they gave like where the authors are and what book they're known for, so that because if like I love this particular writer, I can go and see and look up their books and maybe add those to my collection, and in the future read something else from them. So that's a plus for this. Now, what I want to do now is I'm setting myself up for the weekend because I'm off tomorrow, so I can really relax and get in some reading, and Saturday as well. So this one is another collection, and this one is a little bit more broad versus that where it's Jamaican. This one has multiple Caribbean countries: Trinidad, Jamaica, Belize, Antigua, Bermuda, and then Barbados and Bahamas. So I want to get into this as well. So I'm gonna like read this along with some other stuff, so that I break it up a little, because I think I only have one more short story collection, which is from an Haitian author, Edward Dadicat. So but this one I'm gonna spice it up and put it in some stuff. And then for the weekend, I definitely going to be starting this one tomorrow, probably tomorrow night. This is How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House, Cherry Jones. Now this is the one that's very popular, it's on everybody's radar. Now this one, I was told that there is some trigger warning going on. Because of that, I know it's going to be a little bit more heavy, that I want to kind of transition it a little bit. A book before that that's going to be a little bit more nicer, mellow. So I am going to do today is read a romance. It's a Caribbean romance, and this one is called The Sweet Escape. It's a family series where the Johnson, I believe they are called the Johnson. No, yes, the Johnson. And I started that I was going to not read them in order because I wanted to be in the island. So this particular one, the fifth, is called The Sweet Escape, and it's taking place in Antigua. Now the author is Relzy, that's how she pronounced, Relzy Adams, is from Antigua, Bermuda, and she currently lives in Antigua, Bermuda. She is a lawyer by day, and she writes by night, according to her. So this series is about a young a man who found out that the woman that he's with is pregnant by someone else, and he also lost his job. He's drinking. He is a socialite in terms of in the business world, and it became tabloid, and it was suggested by his twin that he should take some time and just go away, get away, go to somewhere that someone may not know him, and collect himself, because he's literally fallen apart and ruining his life. So she suggested to go to Antigua. So I only read 3 chapters, not literally in the last couple of minutes I sat here, because like I said, I haven't read all day, because I've been trying to gather myself. So I am going to continue this, and this is probably going to be what I'm focusing on. I might read tonight I might read one story in this, because I realize they're pretty short compared to like Kingston New. A lot of the stories are a little bit longer, but this one's pretty short. First story is pretty short, so I might just get one story out of this today. But I'm gonna focus on this romance and happy, smiley, before I'm gonna dig into some trauma story. No, this I want to. So anyway, and so yeah, that's it. And today the weather is not as hot like it was yesterday, so it's a little bit more cooler back here, and not a lot of distraction. But guys, the work in the front is not done. I literally woke up, looked outside, and I saw an entire situation outside the house, and I'm like, oh wow, they did a lot of work while I did not realize that was going on. So that is where we at, but you never know, back here they start sawing in a minute. But yeah, we are going to get back into some sweet escape. Yeah. Hey guys, so today I am actually working out for the first time in about 2 weeks, and the reason why is they haven't had any bear sighting in 2 weeks. I don't know if they relocated the bears or they found another place, another area to go, because my community is large. I mean, you get lost in here. So I'm taking chances today and try to put 5 miles in today, because I'm going to be eating some carbs tomorrow and I don't want to feel some kind of way. So anyway, how it all started. Let's see what I look like when I'm done today's workout. Yay. Three miles. 2.5 to go. Yeah. So that is 5.5 miles and I am done. Now I gotta walk up this hill to the house and stretch and take a shower. So yeah, got it done today. The hill's almost won, but the weather was perfect because the last few days it's been 90 degrees and I don't know what the hell happened today, but today was 68 degrees. Like, what is this? But I'm glad it was cool, because if it was hot I couldn't do this. No, I couldn't do this. So anyway, yeah, I got it done. Hey guys, so I am back. I got back just in time because it started raining. So anyway, how am I going now? Sweet Escape, I am halfway, so I'm planning on now to eat some food and dive back in, because I'm finishing it today. That's the goal, and then I can get into how the one-armed sister sweeps her house. So this is the book I want to get to next. So I'm going to finish Sweet Escape tonight and then start that. Yeah, and so I'm probably going to end the vlog today. So I'm putting day 2 and 3 together, and then tomorrow is going to be special because I am going to cook some Jamaican breakfast and probably Jamaican food all day. That's the goal. That's the reason why I had to do that 5.5 miles today, because I'm like, oh yeah, I need to, because I want to eat some carb. Not horrible, not unhealthy, but it's just more carb than I'm used to. That I haven't been eating that much carb in a while. So yeah, so that is the goal, guys. And yeah, so let me get something to eat and then go upstairs and chill, because outside is a no for me today because it's raining. So yeah. Hey guys, so I finished Sweet Escape, Relzy Adams. I think it's Relzy Adams. It was really nice. It's basically when you think of falling for someone that's broken. So in this case, you have Jasper. He is, heartbroken, and he's, escaping from his problem, and meet a woman who's a little bit more free, even though she's not really living in terms of dealing with her past as well, but still has this more free-spirited personality. And her falling for a broken man give you like a different take on love, in terms of what would you be able to put yourself in that position. I love their chemistry. I love how the storyline was while they were in Antigua, and I love how you know, he came there broken but still had unfinished business, and how they put a spin on that. So they gave the story some drama, which I was entertained by, but it also had some sad parts in it where I was like, yeah, that's a bit heavy. And when you think of relationship, you know, ideally, you know, I was like, I don't know about this. That kind of response I was having, which I kind of appreciate in some romance where it's not all perfect and so like fairy tale-ish. You know, it make you think of situation where that happens, you know, where children is involved, where career decision is involved, where you follow in your goals and your dream, and how much distraction can you handle getting there, that kind of deal. But I like the family dynamic in this. Definitely want to pursue the entire series. This is the 5th book I just skipped because I wanted to read one that was set in the Caribbean. But I'm going to start with the first one and get into more of the family dynamic. I love the grandma in this, and also Jasper's father background. I kind of want to get to see what his story is as well. They're very wealthy lawyers in New York, and you know, I just want to see how they got there, you know, that kind of deal. So you definitely will hear more about this author on this channel. You know, in the coming months, I will definitely be reading more of her books. They're not as long. This one I think was 2 something. It's you know, it's a little over 200 pages, so it's not that long. But it reads fast. I would say that once you're in it, you kind of want to know what's going to happen. I wasn't bored. It didn't drag. It does have smut, so you know, just know. So I am going to edit this, and it'll be up tomorrow. So day 2 and 3 is over, and I am going to cuddle up after I'm done editing with this bad boy. So next video will be all about this, and some cooking. So yeah, guys, we are down 3 days in. Wow, it's moving along, and I hope you guys are enjoying what you're reading. Again, let me know what you're reading. If you finish any book, what book did you finish? And yeah, let's have a discussion and conversation, all that good stuff in the comment section, and see you in the next one. Bye.